On to activity 4. This computer is a standalone computer at this point. It's not participating in the domain. The domain controller, server 1, cannot manage this computer. The only thing it's providing is DHCP for addressing and DNS for surfing the web. We want to turn this into a business network, so we need to join this workstation to the domain. So we're on Windows 11. We're going to click Start in Settings. And mine has a really dumb name, so I'm going to rename it to Win11. That way we'll be able to figure out what it is. Now this name and the name of the virtual machine are two different things. This is the name of the computer that's inside the virtual machine. So we click Next, and it's going to want us to restart. Now our computer has a nice name that we can recognize in Active Directory. Let's go to Start, Settings, and we're going to search for Advanced System Settings. There it is, View Advanced System Settings. We're going to go over to the computer name. Notice that it says Windows 11, and it's currently in a workgroup. A workgroup is a standalone set of computers that cooperate. There's no computer in charge. There's no client control. There's no server controlling the clients. For our server to control this guy, we have to join it to the domain. So we're going to click Change. Down here we have Workgroup. We're going to change it to Domain, and you guessed it, we're going to change it to business.local. That's our domain. When we click OK, it's going to ask for a username and password on the server, which the only one we have right now is administrator and password 01. This account is on the server here, and this account has permission to add this computer to the Active Directory database. We'll click OK, and we're there, and we're going to have to restart. We keep clicking Close, it'll restart. Now it's part of the domain. It can be managed by the server. And if we close this, which we're done with DHCP, and go up to Tools, Active Directory Users and Computers, business.local is our domain. This is all the information that's in our domain, and guess what's going to be right here? Win11. There it is. Well, this is kind of like File Manager. We have our places for users' computers. It's always a good practice not to leave things in the default places. So we're going to right-click on business.local, do New, Organizational Unit, which is going to be, we'll call it Workstations. Having an organizational unit allows us to better organize our network, and it allows us to apply group policies to specific pieces of the network, like the workstations and the users. So when we start adding users, we're not going to use this, we're going to create another one. So a rule of thumb is never use any of the built-in ones. We're going to take Windows 11, drag it over here, and we are sure. Now, back to Windows 11. Well, it's going to be different now. We do our right-click delete, it says user. Well, this is our same local user we were doing before. We want to log in with a domain account. We have to do this guy, and notice how it says sign in to business. Well, the only account I have right now on the server is an administrator account, is the administrator account. And that's not going to work because it thinks I'm signing into Windows 11. So I have to go over here and type in business, and then a slash. Now I'll slide into the business domain. Press enter. There we go. We'll work on adding new users and that sort of thing next week.